Almost there. Yeah, so you can see the difference between me writing with my left hand and me writing with my right hand. And as you can tell by the name of this video, this is basically me saying that I am left-handed, if you haven't really noticed that in my previous videos that I've made recently. And I don't know, I guess the reason why I'm touching on that is not really because it's a rare thing for a person to have that ability, or I guess inability, depending on how you want to word that. But I guess the reason why I'm touching on it is because I actually wasn't always left-handed. That actually started back in second grade, actually, back in 2002 to 2003. And it pretty much took all of second grade to kind of, I guess, master it, lack of a better term. So what it started was, from what I remember, is, of course, back in 2000, my days of school from 2000 to 2012, or 1999 to 2012, I guess I should say, or even earlier than that, 1998 to 2012. For some reason it's drawn, okay, yeah, 1998 to 2012. I don't know why that took me forever to realize. But anyway, in kindergarten and first grade, that's when you kind of learn how to write for the first time. And I think back then I was right-handed, and then all of a sudden, one day I looked around my classroom in second grade, and I noticed everybody, like me, was writing with their right hand. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to try something a little different and start writing with my left hand. Well, luckily, since it was only 2 years after learning how to write and all that, it wasn't really that, it took the whole second grade year to learn it. And apparently there were, from what I remember, there were times where my teacher would complain to me saying that she couldn't read my writing, say that affected most of my grades. And apparently at some point, one of the teachers went to my mom about it, telling me that it's weird that I'm writing with my left hand, that I need to that I need to be writing with my right hand. And my mom just kind of let it go, which I kind of one of the few things I guess I approve of her doing. But then again, it's probably not like I'd probably listen to her anyway, because the reason is that I think the thing that kind of encouraged me to keep on writing with my left hand is because again, I saw nobody else do that, and B, more importantly, because nobody else was really seen of doing that, it made me stand out a little bit. And like every time people would see me write, they would always touch on the fact that I was writing with my left hand. Of course, over time, so from there on, from that grade till onward, I was just basically became left-handed, to where, as you can tell with my handwriting, I'm not really that good of a right-handed person anymore, or at all for that matter. So that kind of seeing as how that's 15 years of my life just using my left hand, I guess that officially makes, and not knowing how to use my right hand hardly anymore, I guess I would say that easily makes me left-handed. And I guess if anything, it was just really more of just telling the story of why I'm left-handed and what made me want to become left-handed. And yeah, just flat out that I am left-handed. So I mean, I guess just any southpaws out there, taking up 13% of the world's population, like around, they say like ever since they've been able to keep record of it, there's usually been the same number of lefties or southpaws, however you want to word it, since they've been able to keep a record of it. Like every year it seems to be the same number, even though different people come and go as time goes on. And they do say it's genetic. They say it mainly falls on the male side of the family, which is interesting because aside from just me learning, teach myself to do it, an interesting thing is that my mom at one point was ambidextrous, and I was her firstborn child, so I kind of thought, it's seeing as how she's not ambidextrous anymore, she's just right-handed, I thought by that math that would make me left-handed. That was why it was so easy for me to become left-handed, because I just took that from her. But most scientists will say that it does come from the male side of the family more often, and there's a more percentage of males being left-handed than a percentage of females being left-handed. But I've pretty much seen 50-50 throughout. There's a lot of musicians, artists, sports players, and all that are left-handed. But yeah, again, like 87% of the population is right-handed, and I don't want to say we're left behind and all shit because that just sounds cheesy and bad. But just 13%, 10 to 13% every year of the population. So I didn't know that when I was making that process in 2002, but I'm definitely glad I did do that. I'm definitely glad it helps me stand out, and it's just something unique quality and just something that I took a whole year to do that nobody can really say they can take that away from me, like I took the ability to use my right hand. But I guess that's my story, and I guess a few fun facts, a little bit here and there for that too. I guess another fun fact is that the name Southpaw comes from a left-handed pitcher on baseball. I thought it would have been cooler if the actual name came from a polar bear, seeing as how they live in the Antarctic, and they're bears, so they have paws, and all polar bears are left-handed. I thought that would have been a cooler way of seeing where the origin of the name Southpaw came from than that being of a baseball term. In fact, to be honest, I kind of feel like the way that Rocky Balboa described it in the first Rocky movie of where the word Southpaw came from sounds a little better than it being a baseball thing. Not saying I don't dislike baseball, but out of those three possible origin stories, the fact that that one's the most true just seems somewhat of a letdown for me. But anyway, that's my coming out as a left-handed person video, and I don't know, hopefully this encourages other lefties to make other videos, or maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say what the future can lead for that one, but I guess I'll do it, I don't know, I guess I'll try to do another few facts, when it's actually left-handed day on August 13th, talk about the people that are left-handed, that are known to be left-handed and all that, and just a few fun facts about people that are left-handed. But I'll definitely try to do that next August 13th and 2017. So hopefully I'll make a video. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to make a video of that. I kind of wish I would have made this video then, but better late than never, right? Anyway, that's my video, and third time's a charm. This is my final goodbye for this video. And peace out, and have a good one.